Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and
What can
why
I
are we
do
here?
for you?
What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together, where we're going to talk to Helga in a piece of future prediction. Let's see
For
this.
20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Go for it, Helga. I don't know how many credits we
What a
have, but
shame. I don't think you've got enough credits for that. So, something else perhaps.
well, my credits. I'm not getting paid for this expedition?
Whoa. Inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits.
How many credits do I have? Okay.
So, something else perhaps.
Are you not my secret contact or something?
Please
Which,
come back if you need anything else.
like, Judas or whatever her name is set me up with? How do I know how many credits I have? Is this a thing? Is this a mechanic in the game? I don't know. Okay, well, let's go to the memorial. No, you look Daniel up, buddy. Let's go to the memorial pavilion or whatever. Let's look at this interactive exhibit. I think it's this one, right? Yes. Good citizen, explore New Jerusalem in its entirety. Cool. Niam. Hello, Niam.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh,
There's a lot of
1K.
terminals here.
Please tell me.
Who's the person
you were
on the
there when
terminal?
Everything went sideways.
In the Talos Principle
Do you
1.
think Byron will be all right?
I believe in the persistence of him. If we find him, he'll be fine.
Oh, Byron, always getting into trouble. He's been like that for 1,000 years, you know.
1,000 years.
Losing him would be terrible.
It's true.
But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So
What
let's
was
talk
the
about
name
something
of
else.
the AI in the Talos Principle 1 who was in the terminal? Milton, that's it. What's Gehenna?
Gehenna was a place
Sorry,
in
Gehenna.
the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans.
Did we see Gehenna in the
In
first one?
time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
Oh, it was Road to Gehenna, wasn't it? I'd never played that DLC. I forgot about
In the
that.
very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners.
Oh, that's nice
They
of
were
him.
uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all
The
of
gold
us.
disc, is that the one that we sent out into like space, which contains like with some knowledge of human experience or something on there? Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna.
That's nice.
By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
How do you see the role of an artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function.
I think that's fair.
The
Oh, you're also
artist
number
isn't an
11.
educator or a moralist.
You're one of the
Art
original
isn't
12.
about teaching us lessons or imparting values. Nor do I think it's simply
Or
self-expression.
13, I guess, with Athena.
The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable.
What number is
The
Athena?
creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
I think, honestly, a very fair viewpoint. Art unrestricted. Jefferson Goldblum? Jefferson Goldblum was Spectre of Modernity by Rat 980. Another story in the much celebrated Jefferson Goldblum shared universe, originated in Gehenna and maintained the characteristic writing style of the series but focuses on a new set of themes. So Jeff Goldblum, I don't know what this is in reference to, because I don't even know what Jeff Goldblum's in, but oh, credits. Let's see credits. Nice one, Matt. Dedicated to Mac. Okay, start. You, Jefferson Goldblum, deftly step out of a charging pod and walk into the main lobby of a Goldblum Institute. It's a humble abode, filled with a small four-seater sofa, a table, a coffee bar, and an arboretum. Ginny HD, your fiancée and leading member of a Caserati Viestras jazz ensemble, greets you from a sofa, while Frankie Soy Sauce waves from the coffee bar, and the velociraptor John Malcolm drives out of the arboretum on his motorcycle, wearing his green armored t-shirt. What? I'm gonna speak to John Malcolm. Chirps John Malcolm. You clutch your guitar, perplexed by the strange greeting. John, are you well? I'm fine, my friend, John Malcolm says, as he gets out of his motorcycle. I'm merely practicing the songs of my ancestors. Your ancestors? The mighty hawk and the humble red robin. As you are descended from them apes, us dinosaurians are descended from the folk of Yare. Life, my friend, is a never-ending cycle. One species rising from the ashes of a last. You're about to comment on the prodigious side of John's wisdom when a klaxon resounds throughout the Goldblum Institute. I mean, we're still talking to you, so I like talking to a velociraptor, so... chirps John Malcolm loudly, before he shrugs his reptilian shoulders. Sorry, my friend, I'm afraid this saying doesn't translate very well. Maybe you should shut the klaxon off before we continue this conversation. Shoot the klaxon? Play your guitar, shut the klaxon off. I mean, it feels like an alert or something. Let's play your guitar. You unsling the guitar from your back and check the strings to make sure that you're in proper order. And then you take a heroic stance. With your chest puffed out, your legs splayed wide, and your guitar held heroically aloft. You play a chord. A perfect chord, followed by another equally perfect chord. And another. As always, all the chords that you play are perfect. This is your greatest burden. Mollified. The klaxon shuts itself off. Okay. Or like a Gary Steele or something. Talk to your team. You turn to the now silent central computer console and look at your team, who are all gazing back at you with varying levels of wonderment in their eyes. That's why the klaxon was blaring. John Malcolm dismounts his motorcycle with an air of certainty and queries the central computer console with short taps of his reptilian claws on the keyboard. It seems, John Malcolm says, that the sensors have detected a threat of galactic magnitude. Oh no, cries Ginny HD, while Frankie Soy Sauce drops his cup of joe in fear. What is the threat? A shudder goes through John Malcolm's magnificent plumage. Something far more dangerous than anything we've encountered so far, Jefferson, he proclaims. John Malcolm, what is it? Exclaims Ginny HD. What could it possibly be? We have already defeated the dastardly Dr. Elian? What could be more possibly dangerous than him? This time, my friends, John Malcolm says after a pause of precisely 2.5 seconds, we'll be up against the spectre of modernity. What? What is the spectre? What is going on? What is the spectre of modernity? You ask while tuning your guitar for the coming battle. I'm glad that you asked, answers John Malcolm. As you all well know, for I have told this tale many times, my people have feared for many millennia that this day will come. John Malcolm smooths the feathers along his long neck with his claws. Go on. The spectre, as you all know, will bring an end to the old and ring in a new unparalleled technological advancement, until there is no space left in the world for such cherished human and dinosaur qualities like love, creativity, and the ability to taste umami, loyalty, and friendship. What a strange, what a strange grammatical way to list out things. I don't know, something about it just messed with my mind as I read out. The circle of renewal will end, and we will only move forward at an ever-accelerating pace until we reach the limits of existence itself. When will it arrive? Now? Respect of modernity travels at the speed of time itself, says John Malcolm gravely. It has already arrived, Jefferson. We just haven't encountered it yet. Frankie Soy Sauce turns from his coffee maker, a fresh cup of battery acid clutched carefully in his human fingers. We must do something, Jefferson. I do not care for umami, but if the spectre takes away my ability to taste coffee, I don't know whatever I'll do. Reassure him. All tastes are precious to us, Frankie. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and yes, also umami. We shan't surrender any of them, for they are what renders us human. Alright, take action. Friends, humans, dinosaurians, countrymen. Possessed by a sudden urge to act, you jump on up on the coffee maker? How small am I, or how big is this coffee maker? Much to Frankie Soy Sauce's dismay. We cannot let this threat to our very way of life go unanswered. No, we must stand against the spectre, and not yield until we are victorious. Will you stand with me? Yes, my darling. Anything for human world, cries Ginny HD. Friend, you know that I will stand by you until the bitter end, adds John Malcolm solemnly. For coffee, shouts Frankie soy sauce. Oh, sorry, shouts. For coffee! Shouts Frankie soy sauce. And for love! But, asked Ginny HD after shouting and swearing of fealty is done, how will we prevail? The spectre of modernity is too powerful for you to fight it on your own. Of course, she is right, as she usually is. We're obviously taking John Malcolm with us. Ah, Jefferson, I'm honoured that you would choose me as your companion on this quest, John Malcolm says, flapping his flightless, sparsely feathered arms in gratitude. Together we will defeat the spectre of modernity, and our adventures will live on in songs for generations to come. Tell me, friend Jefferson, where shall I take us on our motorcycle? What? I mean, okay, so is this meant to be a commentary on, like, resistance to change or something? Spectre of modernity? I don't know, go to the ocean? After a swift hour's ride on John Malcolm's motorcycle, you arrive at the great vast ocean. The expanse of water is calm and peaceful and ruby red, but you immediately see there is nothing in sight that could help you defeat the dastardly spectre of modernity. Fear not, you say. It might look like we have lost, but the spirit of our friendship may yet save the day, my reptilian friend. This is not the end of our journey. And with these comforting platitudes, you remount Malcolm's motorcycle and ride off into the sunset. Icy mountains? After a long day of travel, you arrive at the icy mountains. I feel like all the time we're wasting is going to make the spectre of modernity come sooner. The great mountains are barren of plants and animal life, yet they are beautiful in their own way. Jagged and cragged and rugged, peaked with snow and gouged to the bedrock by merry little streams. But there seems to be nothing that could be useful in defeating the spectre of modernity. Well, says your companion. What now? For John. I think we should continue, say humbly. Don't you agree? Jefferson, so it's come to this. The motorcycle riding reptilian sighs. Together we stand at the end of the world, figuratively and literally. Dinosaurians and humankind united in one last quest to save us all, and yet our only logical way is forward and onward. You hum in agreement. It is a beautiful thought. I'm not sad that it is you that I find myself with here at the end, John Malcolm continues. Just look upon this great, otherworldly beauty before us. The spectre of modernity only sees the future, but these mountains have seen our entire past, and they have never bowed to change. Dear God, aren't they majestic, my old friend? Respond. You're about to respond, but before you can open your mouth, the ground before you gapes open, and a horrendous, yet oddly beautiful figure with glowing red eyes and mighty antlers emerges from the depths. What is going on? Is this like an AI-generated story or something? Who dares summon the dear God? It howls in a voice echoing as if in a deep cavern. Attempt to explain the... Dear God? Oh, I see. The misunderstanding. As the dust settles, you see a mighty white stag with glowing red eyes and golden antlers. You tremble boldly and quake in your boots as the apparition gazes upon you. Who hath summoned me? The deer booms. What foolish mortal dares to disturb my slumber? O great antlered one, you say earnestly, your awakening's not the result of intent, but of homophony. Homophony? Homophony, yeah, okay. The antlered creature cocks its head, and its eyes flash menacingly, but it does not otherwise react. Ask for the dear God's help, okay. We're on a quest to destroy the spectre of modernity, and we would ask that you help in our noble cause. And why would I help you, foolish mortal? To protect our way of life, friendship, because modernity destroys beauty. Because modernity has no space for love, to preserve the ideals of loyalty, to talk about umami. What? I feel like I'm on a trip right now. What is this story and that we're engaging with? Because modernity has no space for love. I don't think that's true, but it seems very comedic. Because, you say, clutching your guitar sincerely to your chest, I love Ginny HD, and I love Frankie Soy Sauce, and I love John Malcolm, and they love me in turn. And there is no space for this fragile, beautiful feeling in the world that the spectre of modernity wants. The antlered creature considers this carefully. You are right, it finally says. This mountain, this rugged, peculiar beauty is something that I love, if not in the same way as you love your friends. I would grieve if the world lost the capacity for love. Here, take a piece of my antler and use it well. And with that, the dear God vanishes back into the ground. Okay. Go and confront the spectre of modernity. When you approach a lair of respective modernity, you decide to leave your companion behind, knowing that you cannot risk another life in this final confrontation. Sometimes heroes have to stand alone. Enter the mechanical lair. Okay? Inside the mechanical lair, the spectral modernity waits for you, sitting translucently on a titanium throne. Spectral modernity, you murmur through gritted teeth. We meet at last. You're mistaken, Miss Puff. Oh, you're mistaken, Prof. Doc Goldblum. The spectral modernity says, we have met many times before. I am your father and your mother. Request clarification. Who do you think inspired you to add the power of electricity to your guitar? Who upgraded the genie from SD to HD? Who indeed deciphered the mathematical secrets of the gods, that arcane knowledge upon which some of your greatest adventures depend? I don't even know what accent I'm doing here. It's just like a mishmash of all of them. Let's just turn into French. I was your ally all along, Jefferson. The foul wizard of crime has conspired to turn you against me. It was he who enchanted your klaxon. Actually makes a lot of sense. Sorry. No biggie, says the second spectre. Now let us defeat the wizard of crime together. Even now he conspires to steal all that you have accomplished with the power of his enchantments that confuse the mind. Okay. Go back to the Institute. You rush back to the Goldblum Institute, where you find the Wizard of Crime taking advantage of your absence of your heroic friends, out seeking other ways to stop the spectral modernity, to rifle through your belongings. Heck of a run-on sentence. He is surprised to see you. I see my scheme has failed. Curses! Were it not for that scheme, Inspector, I would have stolen all your wealth and added it to my ever-growing hoard. For that is my scheme, to steal and steal until the whole world's mine. Wahahaha. And so you arrest a foul sorcerer instead of the development of a human potential and become good friends with respect to modernity. Just call me Mo, Spectre says. I'm sure we'll have many wonderful adventures together. What is going on? Well, it's certainly an interesting story. I'll give you that much right. I don't even know what to make of that. We'll see what the other two are. We're not going to play them now because I don't think we have enough time. Argument Simulator by Guta. A short punchy work of games as commentary. Do you agree with the conclusion it suggests? I don't know if we know who Guta is. Ghost of Atlantis by Corazon. We seen it. Like, you're the poet, maybe? A lyrical atmospheric quasi-sequel to Atlantis. A classic work created by Lilith. The original game told the story of inundation of a mythical island, no doubt reflecting the impending fate of the citizens of Gehenna. What is going on then? Alright. Well, I guess we'll round this episode off here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principle 2. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope we see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.